listen, I'm very excited to be here. This Subiendo program is incredible. The students I've been talking to, the winners, I guess, of the competition are just phenomenal. So I know it's just all y'all are just as amazing, but just really this Subiendo program, just really impressed. I'm so proud to be here, but I didn't eat any food because, like Gabriela said at my table, no quiero estar subiendo de peso, so I didn't eat any food today. So, but thanks for that joke, Gabriela. So, but here's what I'm going to do. I know I'm on this is kind of like not a good position for me to be in because I know I stand before you and your flight home, and I know you've been missing home and wanted to get home. So, but I want to try to make this interactive. I want to have a dialogue with you, but I do have some remarks that I prepared, but they're really brief, probably about 7-8 minutes. It'll fly by, trust me. And I hope you'll get something from that. And I hope it sparks some questions and answers, and some questions for you guys, and I hope to engage you in a dialogue as well. So, be thinking about some things you want to ask maybe a regent or a gastroenterologist, a businessman like myself. I wear so many different hats, a community leader, volunteer in the community, and serve on different boards. And we were just talking about this at my table. Maybe why I wanted to be a gastroenterologist, just some different things. Maybe I can maybe expose you to different things. And so with that, good afternoon. And I want to thank Leticia so much for inviting me to be a part of this special day. It's a real honor to be here to share some thoughts with y'all, the future leaders of Texas. Now let me start by congratulating our rising leaders for completing the Subiendo program. Being with you fills me with optimism because it's obvious that the future of Texas, the United States, is in very good hands. So I thank you for that. And I know this week has been a special one, not just for you, but for your parents who have joined you and joined us today, and for all the friends, family, and loved ones who believe in you, support you, push you, and encourage you. So future leaders, I know some of your folks aren't here, but some are. So future leaders, please join me in a round of applause for the people in your lives who have helped you get this far, and I know who you will probably be relying on for some time. If you're smart, I know you are, you'll clap loud. Now, as is customary for guest speakers, I'd like to offer a bit of advice based on my own personal experience for y'all. But first, I'd like to talk about a topic you might find a bit odd, but please bear with me. The topic is elephants. Circus elephants, to be exact. So a couple of years ago, the big circuses stopped featuring elephants. But before that, when an elephant was born in the circus folk would tie it up using a thin piece of rope and a small stake in the ground. Naturally, the baby elephant wants to run, play, explore the world. But at this early stage of life, however, it is too small and weak to break free of the rope. But elephants grow fast. And soon our elephant is big and strong enough to do just about anything it wants. There's just one problem. Having failed earlier to break free and not realizing its own strength, the elephant never again pulls the rope. It never tries and thus never realizes all it can do. And so its whole life, this powerful, magnificent, beautiful animal gets led around basically by a string. So you're asking, Subiendo leaders, you're asking, what does this have to do with me? Well, the answer is, it has everything to do with you. Because student leaders, you are all so much more powerful than you realize. You may find this hard to believe, but I doubt there is an adult in this room who wouldn't trade places with you. There is so much potential in you waiting to be unleashed. So much intelligence, energy. Your lights have never burned brighter or more intensely than they do right now. And not only that, you are the right people in the right place at the right time. I mean, where else would you rather be than Texas? The state is a gold mine with an economy and bigger and stronger than most nations. And we lead culturally as well as economically. Texas is the embodiment of the changes transforming America today. And the next time you look in the mirror, you will see the face of America's future. But none of that will matter if you don't, to get back to the elephant analogy, pull the rope. If you don't test your strength, your limits every day. The philosopher William James said that as individuals, we tend to live lives inferior to ourselves. I think he was right, but it doesn't have to be that way. So I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you as you embark on your last year of high school, into college and beyond, to live lives that are worthy of all the amazing gifts God has given you. Gifts that have been nurtured by the people who love you and that you have worked so hard to develop already. Your presence here today, this week, tells me that you're already on the right track, that you're already pulling the rope. And that's definitely worth celebrating. And now, if you don't mind, I want to tell you a little bit about my own journey. My parents placed a huge emphasis on education. So growing up, naturally, I knew that college was the goal. But it wasn't until a teacher saw something in me and told me that he thought I could be a doctor, a healer someday, that I accepted that it might be possible. Well, possible is a long way from easy, of course. It took a long road. That included 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, 3 years of internal medicine residency, 3 more years of gastroenterology fellowship training, and in between, 4 years in the United States Navy. And through all those years of chasing my goal, I had to work nights and weekends to make ends meet. So today, when I tell people I'm a doctor with my own medical practice and businesses, they sometimes say, "You must be so smart." But smart didn't have a whole lot to do with it. I could think of a dozen kids from my high school class who were smarter than me, a lot smarter, but in the years since haven't accomplished very much. The point being, where you are 20 years from now is going to be determined not by your gifts, which I said are greater than you can imagine, but by what you decide to do with them. Emphasis on decide, because like it or not, it's up to you. Having said that, I do have a few suggestions. First, once you realize and accept what you're capable of, you need to set high expectations and big goals for yourself. Anything less would be cheating yourself and cheating the world. Second, there's no getting around it. You're going to have to work hard. As brilliant as you are, so are the people you're going to be competing with. Effort alone won't guarantee success, but as a strategy, working harder than the person next to you has a pretty good track record. No matter how hard you work, you're going to have to be patient if you want to reach a big goal. I spent all those years training while friends and family went to work and started making money right away because I knew there was no shortcut to becoming a doctor. It wasn't easy, but I kept my eyes on the prize and it paid off in the end. What enabled me to stay the course and not give up was my passion for helping others and my passion for medicine. And I know you're going to have a lot of people telling you, follow your passion. Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I know that's easier said than done. You're thinking, what if I don't know what my passion is at 16 or 17 years old? I was truly lucky to find my passion, and I mentioned a teacher sort of gave that to me. So I was blessed to have a mentor and have somebody care that much about me that basically guided me into my passion. But many of you are still looking for your passion and will be for some time. If that's you, my advice is to forget about passion for a while and focus on compassion, on how you might be of service to others, to your community, and to society as a whole. If you do that, I'm betting that your true passion will reveal itself in time. And I can promise you, from my own experience, when you devote your gifts, your energy, and your time to a cause bigger than yourself, the rewards are greater than you can imagine. Be a lifelong learner. Regardless of when your formal education ends, remember that the world is going to keep changing fast, and you're going to have to keep working hard to keep up and keep your skills fresh. Plus, I think we're just happier when we're learning new things. Find a mentor. Don't wait for them to find you. Seek out the people with experience because that's the one thing you lack right now. I can't tell you how important having good mentors has been to me, from that first teacher to many others since, in keeping me on my path, encouraging me, giving me advice, and never letting me give up. And when the time is right, I hope you'll show your appreciation by becoming a mentor yourself. Young as you are, there are a lot of younger kids, possibly your own siblings, that are trying to find their own way in the world, who look up to you and could benefit from your insights and support. A word about appreciation. The same philosopher I mentioned earlier, William James, said, "It is a thing people crave more than anything else. More than money, more than power, even more than love, believe it or not." Appreciation. Keep that in mind, and it will strengthen every relationship in your life, at home, at school, anywhere. Take the time to appreciate and to express your appreciation for the people in your life. Now, I'm going to take my own advice and express my appreciation for you in two ways. First, by keeping these remarks relatively brief. In the history of speeches, nobody ever complained that a speech was too short. And I want to actually give the balance of my time for questions for you all. I really want to hear from you and engage in a dialogue. Second, I want to say thanks again to Leticia and everyone at the Macomb School for inviting me, to the parents here today who have raised such phenomenal kids, and to all of our future leaders who truly fill me with joy, pride, and excitement for our future. God bless you all, and hook 'em horns.